Welcome back, guys. Today we're back at the campsite, and as you can see, we got the Dutch oven. We're Dutch oven cooking again. Stay tuned. All right, guys, today we are making one of my absolute favorite desserts. You ready for this? Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. We're making Peach Cobbler. This is a down and dirty dump style peach cobbler that is absolutely delicious, easy to do. I'm gonna bring you in close and show you how. We're gonna get the fires already ready to go. We're gonna scoop out some coals and cook this up nice, guys. All right, guys, so the first thing I'm gonna do is dump my peaches in. Now I have them in heavy syrup. You can do light syrup if you want to, but make sure there's a syrup there. If it's just the juice, it won't turn out right. So I got 3 cans. Now you can cut these up if you want to, or you can leave them intact. Me and my family like ours left intact. Now I got 3 smaller cans because that's what my store had. You can do a couple big cans. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. A couple big cans if you want to. Now, as you can tell, this is not completely level. It's okay. Now the next part, I picked this up from another YouTuber. I wish I remembered his name, but I do not. I'm gonna take some of my classic yellow cake. Just a couple tablespoons. Don't be afraid to use your teeth. I'm gonna take about 2 tablespoons and I'm gonna use it to thicken this up. Now, it might not thicken up perfect right here with what I got, okay? Right this second. It might not look like it's thickening up as I'm trying to say. But I'm gonna mix this up, get it in here, get it incorporated really well. I'm gonna cut that one up because it's big. Anyways, cut up a couple of them because they were halves, not quarters. I want this incorporated in really well because as this cooks, it'll thicken it. Like I said, it won't look like it right now, but it will thicken it up. So I did end up adding an extra tablespoon of cake mix in here just to help thicken up a little bit more because there was a lot of moisture. Next thing, I'm just gonna spread this across the top like so. Make sure it's gonna be even here in a minute, but I want the whole thing covered. Now I'll use my back of my spoon to cover to make sure everything is good and covered. Get that down up and under. Smooth it out. I'm fine if there's a little bit thicker spots. I like more of a cakey top anyway. Some people don't. And again, if you want yours thicker, you can add more of the cake mix to the syrup. If you want it thinner, don't add as much. It's your preference. Now, whole stick of butter. I'm gonna cut this up into cubes or pads and lay it across it. I'm gonna use the back of my spoon and just start cutting and dropping. I'm not measuring these out exact. They don't have to be. If you want to measure it out exact, go right ahead. Try to hit the whole thing, go all the way around it. Now I have also seen where people actually fix this up as a cake batter and poured it over the top and cooked it that way. I have not done that style before. Now, there is no exact time on when this is going to be done. It depends on how hot your fire is. It depends on temperature control and everything. So, I'm going to put the lid on. We're going to go over to the fire and get our coals set up, guys. All right, guys, so you can see that I fixed up my shovel. I now have a little flat nose shovel I got from my brother. I think this was my nephew's. The handle was broken, so I just took it off. I'm gonna make a handle for it, but so I can shake out the ashes. from my coals. So I'm gonna get the coals set up, get the Dutch oven set over, get the coals on top, and then just sit and watch it because it is a windy day. Now I'm gonna put coals around the sides too, but I do want some underneath. Move this around, get a little bit more. There we go. Now, move that, get some coals to put around the top. Now I'm gonna constantly be making charcoal today, just so I can make sure this stays going good. And I'm loving this design, so I'm able to shake out the ash, as you can see, and I'm just left with the coals on top. I'm gonna rake up some stuff around the sides. Just so I can keep everything good and warm all the way around. Now I'm gonna get this fire going back up good again. Make some more charcoal and just keep maintaining while this cooks. All right guys, because it's a really windy day, I am gonna be turning the lid quarter turn and then taking the Dutch oven and turning it a quarter turn. Wipe it off, Mert. There we go. Every 10 to 15 minutes. Might do it a little bit sooner. It all depends on how hard the wind's blowing, because it'll get that heat going a lot. So I got to keep it rotating so I don't get hot spots. All right guys, quick update just to show you what it looks like. So far, we're starting to melt together. Oh, we're starting to bubble. Everything is looking good. Gonna keep rotating in a quarter turn. The lid one way, the bottom in the opposite direction, about every 10 to 15 minutes. Like I said, it's really windy today. So, and I'll keep an eye on my charcoal underneath just to make sure it's staying good and warm. If it gets too hot, I will move it off the fire so the top can continue to cook so the bottom doesn't burn. All right guys, so I could start smelling the sugars in the syrup, kind of like they were starting to burn a little bit. Not bad, but I was starting to get that smell like it could potentially burn on me. So I took the Dutch oven again off of the coals, set it over to the side. I left all the coals on top so the top can continue to crisp up, but we're almost done. Can't wait to taste this. All right guys, it is time for the big reveal. You ready for this? In 3, 2, 1. Look at that. That is a good looking cobbler. Now, you can leave the lid on it longer if you want to make it crispier top, or take it off now, however you'd like to do. I like a little bit more of a brownie texture top to it. Another thing that you can do, and I didn't do because one of my kids is allergic to cinnamon, but you can add cinnamon to it, mix it up inside the syrup, and then put some over the top while it's cooking to give that cinnamon flavor to it. But let's scoop some of this out and taste it. I like a corner piece. Look at that. Oh man, look at that. You can smell the vanilla. Would you look at that? Now I'm gonna put the lid back on to keep it warm. Oh, come off the tripod a little bit. There we go. Now let's try this. All right, guys. So let's taste this. Talk about what else we could do to make it even better. Delicious. So what can make this even better? Some homemade ice cream, some homemade whipped cream. You can add walnuts or pecans to it. Again, add some cinnamon to it. I didn't add it to this because, again, one of my kids is allergic to cinnamon. But just as it is, absolutely delicious. Now, you can take any canned fruit, blueberries, strawberries, peaches, pineapples, any of that, and make a phenomenal cobbler. And at the end of the day, while you're out camping, having something you can set by the fire, have some homemade ice cream being made, you know, come over, pop the top off of it, got a good hot cobbler just sitting there bubbling away waiting. Man, there's nothing better than that. So guys, get outside, cook you some delicious food, and also get outside and have an adventure, guys. God bless. Okay, guys, P.S. If you want to get some good cast iron skillets, cast iron Dutch ovens, or any cast iron gear, come by the Knife Shop and Survival Outpost, and we will help you get set up for some outdoor cooking. Again, guys, get outside, eat some great food, go on an adventure. God bless.